Mayweather's world.
The super quickness of Floyd Mayweather produces a knockdown.
A world where speed and power dominate the landscape.
Brilliant, clean, hard shots for Pretty Boy Floyd.
And where unmatched talent and skill have elevated Mayweather to the preeminent boxing force on the planet.
Much of the crowd is in awe of the display that Mayweather's putting forth.
Less than 5 months ago, the world was again treated to a Floyd Mayweather masterpiece as he dismantled boxing's human highlight film, Arturo Gatti.
Right hands by Mayweather land like lasers.
On this night, all the highlights belong to Pretty Boy Floyd.
It's getting brutal in there as Mayweather fires at will. Combinations by Mayweather. Too much speed, maybe too much power too.
The virtuoso performance reinforced his claim as boxing's pound-for-pound best. Tonight,
Mitchell a pound and 3/4 under.
1 pound.
In the interim, Mayweather has only put on 1 pound, while Mitchell has added 9 3/4 pounds, suggesting that Mayweather was in absolutely perfect or sensational shape when he reached the weigh-in yesterday. He says that his walking around weight is 147 pounds. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Floyd Mayweather Jr. Sharmba Mitchell fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case the cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards if the 4 rounds have been completed, and they cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim!
All right, thank you very much, Harold. Our ring announcer tonight is Jimmy Lennon Jr. Well, let's go to Jimmy for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Rose Garden here in Portland, Oregon, as Goossen, Tutor Promotions and presenting sponsor Jordan Brand, a division of Nike, present the featured bout of the evening, Pound for Pound King Battle of Champions, brought to you by Sportsbook.com. At this time, we introduce to you our judges, as appointed by the Oregon State Boxing Commission. From Oregon, Greg Baker. From Nevada, Duane Ford. And also from Oregon, Jim Howard. Introducing at this time our third man in the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Richard Steele. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing in a welterweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Portland, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim. He is fighting out of our nation's capital of Washington, D.C., by way of Tacoma Park, Maryland. He weighed in at a ready 145 1/4 pounds with a record of 56 wins, 4 losses. He has 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBA super lightweight champion of the world, known as the Little Big Man, introducing Sharmba Mitchell. And his opponent across the ring, ready to go on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing brown trunks with black trim, hailing from Grand Rapids, Michigan, now residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds even. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a perfect record of 34 wins, no losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of boxing's pound-for-pound greats, the 3-time world champion and the current WBC super lightweight champion of the world, introducing the undefeated Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. Once again, a referee in charge, Richard Steele, now to give instructions.
Okay, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. Caution you again. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck.
Is this going to be a concert starring the solo artist Floyd Mayweather Jr., or will it be a contest that Sharmba Mitchell makes?
We shall soon find out.
The word on behalf of expert commentator Roy Jones, playing in pain tonight, working with a very bad cold, but hanging in. Good for you, Roy. Round one begins. And let's see if Mitchell, a boxer throughout his career, will try to do something to surprise Mayweather in the early going. Doesn't look that way. Very hard for the Leopard to change its spots. Sharmba does look heavy up top in his second appearance at 147.
Floyd trying to catch him right quick with a good punch to see can he go ahead and hurt him early.
Floyd Mayweather, over the course of the past 2 years, has gradually and steadily increased the power on his straight right hand, most devastating punch.
Right.
He's gone from being a knockout possibility to, in many instances, a knockout puncher.
Well, that's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to get close to Sharmba, go ahead and turn this into a quick fight and land big punches early.
Right hand to the body by Mayweather. Mayweather blocking almost all of those punches with his elbows and forearms. And as Roy Jones says, sizing up Mitchell and looking to land a big shot in the early going.
I think he's looking to see where the punches are coming from, how Mitchell really operates. As he said in that interview, he is a very smart fighter along with his physical skills.
I think he's trying to find out right away, can Sharmba take his punch?
There's the question. That was the right hand that was determined to find out whether Sharmba could take it. Mitchell took it pretty well, but not those two. Now Sharmba begins to hold on. Mayweather's clocked him with 3 big shots. 1 left and 2 rights. There's another right and a left hook, and Sharmba's in trouble.
That's what he's trying to find out right away.
Left hook lands solidly. And he's moving Mitchell with these punches.
Right, step back, step back.
Now Mitchell starts to hold his ground a little better. Not allowing Mayweather to land a combination by grabbing after the first big hit. Another straight right hand for Mayweather.
And that hurt Mitchell.
Even though it was very short.
No holding.
So round one is a demonstration of Floyd Mayweather's economical precision as he chooses only those opportunities that allow him to land big shots.
Stand in front of him, let him get the right hand on. Okay? Use them legs, baby, and keep that head moving. All right, don't sit there and try to trade with him. Okay? Keep that head moving and use these legs, baby. Okay?
All he fighting on for fucking fear. Keep walking to him. The more that motherfucker move, he ain't gonna try to fight, he gonna try to hold.
PC Mayweather with the first straight right hand lead right down the barrel, which is what he was waiting for the whole time, trying to find out if Sharmba could take his punch. There's another right hand followed by a beautiful left hook, which knocked Sharmba off balance. But Sharmba surprisingly took those punches very well.
And took them better and better as the round went on, which makes some sense. Punches in round one by copy box count. Mitchell throwing 46 but landing only 3. Mayweather ignoring the jab, threw mostly power shots, 34 punches, and landed 13 of them. But 12 of those 13 lands were power shots.
Right, step back. Watch your elbow.
Of course, Mitchell in the southpaw stance. That's one of the reasons that Mayweather hasn't thrown many jabs. More likely to land the straight right hand, which is, in many instances, his most devastating punch. Left hook for Mayweather.
Don't hold it. Break. Step back. Step back.
You heard Buddy McGirt, chief second in the corner of Sharmba Mitchell. Not Mitchell's trainer, that's Marvin Sims. McGirt was talking in the corner and said, go use your legs. How in the world could you use your legs against a fighter with Mayweather's legs?
And especially when you got a bad knee already. His only chance is to gamble and trade with him for a knockout.
Well, what he's saying is he just doesn't want him to stay in there in the range of Mayweather.
Mayweather landed a right hand. Now stalking Mitchell into the corner. Sharmba wisely slips away along the ropes and back into the center of the ring. If Mayweather can get Mitchell pinned against the ropes, he'll unleash a barrage of right hands.
No spinning.
At least that's my prediction.
Now, the referee, Richard Steele, I thought he yelled, no spinning.
He said, don't spin him.
Oh.
Sharmba throwing a straight left hand and going out to Floyd's left and spinning, getting behind Floyd.
Mitchell trying to find a variety here that will throw Mayweather off. Mayweather's already demonstrated he's not going to extend himself looking to pile up points here in the early rounds. He figures he can land something and get rid of Mitchell. Quick jab by Mayweather. Through 2 rounds, Sharmba Mitchell is working, but really hasn't landed a single significant punch to try to keep Floyd Mayweather off of it. And they go at it at the end of the second round. Just as I said that, Mitchell finally did land something over the top. Immediately following this telecast, stay tuned for Countdown to Taylor Hopkins 2, an in-depth look at Jermaine Taylor's title-winning effort over Bernard Hopkins back in July, and analysis of their upcoming rematch. Tuesday, November 29, catch the next installment of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, a peek into the world of today's sports groupies. December 3 on HBO pay-per-view. It's the highly anticipated rematch between new middleweight champion Jermaine Taylor and the former champion Bernard Hopkins. And December 10, World Championship Boxing returns with Winky Wright taking on Sam Solomon.
You gotta lay the ground five down, Sharmba. Stay behind the jam. You understand me? When you let that thing go, you got it. Keep turning.
Keep turning. Keep that head moving, okay, baby? Let's go.
Off the corner.
After Mitchell landed that left hand at the end of the round, the question now is he going to become a little bolder?
I doubt it.
Combi box numbers in round 2. Mayweather 13 out of 43. Sharmba Mitchell 9 out of 57. Mitchell with an overhand left at the top of the round. Mayweather doesn't often get hit by punches that come from conventional angles. On the rare occasions when he's been hit and momentarily wobbled by DeMarcus Corley, for instance, it was usually on a looping punch that comes from outside the visual range. Thus the advisability of trying to brawl against a guy like that.
Yep, such a sharp fighter like Mayweather. When you're that sharp, you train to throw sharp punches and you train to defend against sharp punches, not wild looping punches. So the wild looping punches usually are off rhythm for him.
First knockdown of the fight comes on a straight right hand. Right into the mouth of Mitchell.
Beautiful double right hand at that.
maybe the big punch that Mitchell landed at the end of the second round didn't help him, it hurt him, because it demonstrated to Mayweather he can take Mitchell's punch.
Well, Mayweather been knowing that anyway. That's why he came out and fight the fight he's fighting. He knew to take Mitchell's punch. He was just wondering, could Mitchell take his punch?
Come on, break. Step back, step back.
And that's what he came to find out right away. And he makes it tough for Mitchell because Mitchell's in here. He outweighs Floyd, but he doesn't throw his big punches Floyd, and he can't really take Floyd's big punch. Tough situation for him to be in, but he's trying.
Step back, step back.
And he's trying hard.
Watch your head.
One thing Floyd Mayweather does brilliantly is to use his lead shoulder as a defensive shield when he attacks. He keeps his shoulder in a great position to protect his chin. It's very hard to find an open shot against Floyd Mayweather, even when he's coming at you. That was not a knockdown, a slip. But every time a fighter has to get up from the canvas, he expends a little bit more energy.
Yep.
Mitchell with a good body shot after Mayweather landed an uppercut, but by and large, after dominating the first 2 rounds easily, Floyd Mayweather has knocked Sharmba Mitchell down in the 3rd round, trying to keep progressing toward a knockout victory.
You use them elbows, man.
Hey, listen, you're getting caught pulling out.
Keep that Floyd out.
Hey, listen, he's catching, he's throwing the right hand to the body first. Okay?
Keep walking to his right, but throw the right hand to the body. Throw the right hand to the body, throw right back up top. You gonna hit him anyway. He's breaking him down. All he gonna do.
Here you see Floyd attacking with the straight right lead, caught him beautiful on the chin with the right lead, and down with Mitchell. It was a good sneak straight right hand, straight down the pipe, which is usually the best punch against the southpaw. There you see it again, straight right lead, right on the chin. Mitchell could do nothing about it. Too much quickness.
It's amazing because the opponent knows that Mayweather's looking to throw a straight right hand in that situation, but he's so quick with it that you can't stop it anyway. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
3 rounds to nothing, 30-26. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Jim, you got to give him an extra point for knocking Mitchell up off of his feet in the 3rd round, and that accounts for the 4-point lead by Mayweather. I got to talk about 2 rules real quick. Number 1, Mayweather keeps that left hand across the chest and watch him use the elbow. You see the way he raised the elbow? You can't hit a guy with an elbow. You can't lift up his jaw with an elbow. Secondly, Richard Steele allowed Sharmba Mitchell to bang Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the 1st round on that waistband. Now, I'll tell you, I think that he should let him hit him on a waistband because it's just not a damaging blow. There it is again.
One of the most assertive assaults of the fight by Mitchell, who seems to realize that he's going to need to go ahead and fight if he's going to avoid simply becoming cannon fodder here.
Exactly. If he don't start a fight, he's just going to be a punching bag, and that's what he's turned into slowly here.
Incidentally, in the early part of this round, Michael Jordan made a belated entry into the arena and is seated now at ringside. Mayweather is so aware of everything that goes on around the ring that I rather suspect he knows Jordan arrived during this round.
Oh, yeah, he knows it.
We've had situations in the past in which Floyd would hear things that I say during commentary in the fight and turn and comment to me on what I've just said, offering editorials from the ring while fighting.
And Sharmba seems to be tiring a little bit now.
Comes a point in the fight when a veteran fighter has to decide, am I going to really try to win this fight or am I going to try to survive? I don't think that Mitchell can do the kind of brawling you suggested he might have to. Roy, it's like asking a tailor to make a car.
Well, the trouble is, if you want to trade with Floyd, you've got to face his hand speed. And Mitchell has gotten hit with another hard right hand here that's setting up more stuff along the ropes. And while Mitchell admirably is firing back and trying to fight, he's getting hit too much.
Yep, and he's throwing leaping punches, and the ropes will catch his hands a lot of times on those leaping punches. And that's not good for him because he's not going to catch Floyd with those leaping punches when Floyd got close to him.
Even while trying to regain his balance from a push, Mayweather can still land a right hand in close quarters.
Keep walking that motherfucker down. Keep walking him down. When you get close to him, then you let your hands go. But keep walking and keep trying to throw the right hand to the body. He ain't doing what trying to survive. We gonna keep walking his ass down. How you feel? Good, okay.
He turning this man. You don't have to back straight up. I'm done, buddy.
Don't load up, man. You gotta let your hands go, and you gotta stay off the ropes, babe.
Right.
Just keep them turning.
Okay.
Don't stand up. Don't go straight back. You got.
He see Floyd on the attack with the right hand, followed by left hook and another right hand. Sharmba just got his hands high. That body shot hurt him a little bit, but he kept his hands high, defended his head real well on that.
And there's the aforementioned Jordan at ringside. Bluetooth technology visible in the left ear. I wonder how many people have the number. I know you do. Total punches through 4. Mayweather 58 out of 162. Mitchell 24 out of 196. Sharmba Mitchell throwing more punches than Floyd Mayweather, but getting hit a lot more as well. As much as this fight was criticized by some on the web and some boxing writers, Mitchell certainly hasn't been the same kind of sitting duck for Mayweather's stuff that Arturo Gatti was in the big pay-per-view fight back in June.
No, I think he's had a good showing for himself so far. A lot of people didn't expect him to do this well. I think he's had a very good showing for himself.
It's Mayweather right along the belt line. Richard Steele says keep him up.
Don't hold him. Don't hold him.
Pretty good idea to keep hitting that belt line if he can. Closest Floyd Mayweather ever came to losing a professional fight is when he was strafed along the ropes through the latter stages of his first bout with Jose Luis Castillo, and Castillo got to his ribcage.
But that's not Sharmba's style. Sharmba is a boxer. He's not accustomed to putting that type of pressure on the floor. So
Sharmba trying to rake Mayweather over the top with left hands. Mayweather just picking his spots, waiting patiently, being efficient, landing power punches when he can, mostly hard right hands.
It looked to me as though Mayweather had decided to go out and look for a knockout and gave Sharmba some opportunities.
Mayweather landed a stunning left hook.
Punching it out. Right, step back.
And he's still looking for a knockout.
Mayweather in a southpaw stance now, changing the angle slightly, giving himself a landed jab, and then raking Sharmba Mitchell with a great straight left hand.
I think that left hand hurt him.
Yeah, there aren't many southpaws that throw it better than that. Floyd goes back to the right hand stance and stings Mitchell with one more right before the end of the round. Immediately following tonight's live boxing, stick around for the premiere of Countdown to Taylor Hopkins 2, a documentary-style look back at the circumstances surrounding Taylor's controversial decision over Hopkins back in July, and a look ahead to their upcoming rematch.
The only regret I have for the first fight is that when I had him hurt, I didn't stop him. I didn't finish him, and I will finish him this time.
I feel like I still have something to prove. I feel like I'm going in there, I'm fighting for my belts all over again. I have to bring those belts home with me again.
Countdown to Taylor Hopkins 2, premiering tonight, immediately following this telecast. Power punches through round 5. Mayweather 56 out of 133. Mitchell 24 out of 125. Sharmba Mitchell, who threw 81 punches per round in his last fight against Chris Smith, managing to average 49 punches per round here, which is a pretty good punch-out put against Mayweather. Yet he couldn't get off at all.
But here he has to keep his hands at home on defense a lot because Floyd is throwing so many punches at him. Like that.
Another blistering straight right hand from Mayweather. He started to mix the left hook in a little bit more in the last couple of rounds. And by mixing the left hook in more, he set up the right hand again.
That was a hard right hand to the body. Don't often see that. Mayweather has great discipline and great intuition in the ring. That's where that right hand to the body comes from.
Right. Watch your head.
Banging of heads. Mayweather grimaced and keeps feeling his right eyebrow to see whether there's blood. There's none. He comes out and rakes Mitchell with a left hook.
Good left hook by Floyd.
Step back, step back.
Quick, precise. Hitting a moving target as it's coming in.
Sharmba can't win this fight on the outside like this. I don't know why he won't just go ahead and try to fight because he's getting picked apart out here.
Roy, do you think that Mayweather has the power to impose himself on a real strong welterweight?
Yes, he does.
Second knockdown. This time the knockdown is on a body shot. We've seen a lot of knockouts on body shots in recent years. Mitchell's in no hurry to get up, and that's that.
I think Richard Steele saw the territory in front of us. Mitchell tried, but he was behind. If this round had counted, he'd be behind 8 points in 6 rounds. So how close was he really?
Not close at all.
You think with one punch, Roy, he can hurt a strong welterweight?
Not a full-fledged welterweight. It'll take him an accumulation like he's been doing. For Sharmba to take his punch that well showed you that a person that's been in the welterweight division will take his punch a little bit better than that.
Let's make it specific. Should he fight Antonio Margarito, who is the strongest of the welterweights, I think?
Yeah, he should. There was a straight right hand to the body. Sharmba Mitchell was not ready for that punch. He already was getting very fatigued, and you knew it wouldn't be but a matter of time at this point.
Another look.
Straight right hand to the body. Best punch against the southpaw. Caught him when he wasn't ready. Caught him right in the middle of the punch, too.
Roy Jones against Virgil Hill. Arturo Gatti against Leonard Doreen. Quite a number of body shot knockouts in recent years on this telecast. And there's another one as Floyd Mayweather finally puts Sharmba Mitchell away in the 6th round with a right hand body shot. Mayweather dominating the fight both from the perspective of his boxing skill and his punching power. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. now for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 5 seconds in round number 6. A referee in charge, Richard Steele, reaches the count of 10.